Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. Oh, no, it just says running. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, at the bottom there, we got 105 sugar beet. So if we're waiting for it to go into pallets, we've got to wait for 1,000. And I don't want that. Also, the other thing with the mill, we'll go and have a look at that in a second. Right, wheat, barley, oat, canola, 7,800. We're going to put all of that in here. There. And also the mill, I wanted to have a look on here. So you've got, that says spawn there on pig food, but what are the other output modes? Selling, distributing. I'm hoping that spawn means that we'll be able to draw it off from the spout rather than anywhere else. I'm hoping it doesn't have to be spawned in pallets, because that's going to be a bit of a jolly nuisance. I really, really don't want that being spawned out in pallets, because that's going to be a real pain, that is. That means they're going to have to wait for it to spawn a pallet, and I don't want to have to wait. I want to just be able to go and get like a couple 100 litres of pig food and dump that in for them now, because they're running low. Actually, how much have they got? He's quite a bit faster, this tractor, isn't he? We're on 200 litres. Let's go up here. Excuse me, coming through. And run you up here. There's that 2CV. I'm surprised it didn't try to just drive us right off the road. That thing is built like an armoured tank. Which is unusual for a 2CV, considering the rest of them are made out of cardboard. Let's tip you out. And okay, that's everything in there. Now, still says materials missing. Sugar beet, you need to come up here, sugar beet. I need you up to this one. It's in the production chain. I'm requiring you. You in here. 131 distributing. So, will it distribute? Let's jump down here a second. You can have a look like that. Canola, oil, flour, corn, canola, barley. So I'm just going to go forward a little bit until 1,700, because I'm wondering if it will do it on the hour. Yes! It does. It actually works. It does it on the... Right, so on the hour, it does the transfer. That's fine. I'm quite okay with it doing a transfer on the hour. And then the pig food is now accumulating. See, I've already got 300 litres of pig food in there. I don't need all that much. So if I just speed this up a little bit until I've got that sugar beet run through, which only took minutes to do... There we go, now we've got material missing. So I'll drop that back down to 3. And then what I'm going to do at the moment is the corn pig food right there. I'm going to deactivate that. And then I'm going to go down to this one. And I'm going to stop with the distribution now. Change output mode. Actually, no, we'll leave that on distributing. Because this is the only place that we're going to want this. At least at the moment. So we'll leave that on distributing. I'm quite happy for that to be... putting the sugar beet up here. I think that's absolutely fine. I don't know if anybody else thinks that's absolutely fine, but I think that that's fine. Because it's such a small amount at the moment, I think that we could do it like that, rather than having to manually bring it up. Maybe I will change that a little bit later. I mean, yeah, if you think that I shouldn't have it on distribution like that, then get in the comments section, and I will... take that into account. But I think that that's okay to have it like the garden, bringing the stuff up here automatically, because auto magic is a great thing. Right, I now want to get that. Okay, is that gonna work? Yes, excellent. Canola, sorghum, soybeans, corn, potato-pos, sugar beet, pig food, 701 litres. That's fantastic. 702 according to my trailer. 700 litres of pig food is exactly what the doctor ordered. So I'm going to bring this over here. The combine. You may continue on with your noble duty. And then this pig food can run down to the pigs, and they will have just a little tiny bit to eat. That will keep them going for just a little tiny bit longer. The combine is about to run out of funding for doing the work there, so we're going to have to take over and do the last little bit ourselves. I'm not going to run all the way to market with just a couple 100 litres of eggs. It's simply not going to be worth it. We will wait. But this pig food, this is it. This is the lifesaver. But that garden, that's getting us a nice little bit of money there. And what I'm thinking is maybe we can expand on that a little bit. I did say I didn't want to focus this series on greenhouses and stuff, but I'm rapidly changing my mind on that one because, well, we can get some good greenhouses here. So there's 700 litres of that. And now if we go and have a look at our pigs. Look at that! They've got 900 litres of food! This is amazing. They're on 0 months, and these are on 0... Wait, what? Oh, I bought them too soon. I've got 2 lots at the same age. That was a foolish move on my part, wasn't it? Yeah, both the same age. It's because one lot, the ones from the pigs that we had there previously, they bred at midnight, and yeah, that's why we've now got 2 lots at the same age, which is... But that was just idiocy on my part. That was just a mistake on my part. How many eggs have we got? Because what I could do is I could have this pallet of eggs, and I could take that up to the shop just to get us that last little bit of money. That is 153 kilos of eggs. AI worker bee is stopped. We got 464 pieces of eggs. So I'm going to very, very carefully put the eggs in there. You've got to be careful with eggs because they do break easily. So I placed them ever so gently in the back there, and we'll take these 400 kilos of egg. 400 kilos? 400, well, it says litres, but I'm just going to go with 400 eggs. And they sell them for however much per 1,000. Actually, how much is it per 1,000? What are we selling eggs for at the moment? 1,500 per 1,000 litres of eggs. That's pretty good going. And I've got 500 litres. So I'm going to get 700 euros for this. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 700 euros coming in for just these few eggs that we've got here. If it does actually give me 700 euros. It might not be that much. Ooh, steady. Gotta be careful. And that will be enough for us to be able to finish doing the corn harvest without us having to actually do the work ourselves. I mean, the idea is I am supposed to be trying to have the hired help do the work. And so if I can have the hired help doing the work, then yes, excellent, we will have the hired help doing the work. Carry on through here. We do also, in the morning, need to do another roll of the dice on the random events. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that we get another good one, because so far we've only had one good one and quite a few bad ones, which is not the way forward. And there we go. 695 euros from that little lot. So if I go back over to here, that was fantastic. Lovely little bit of money coming in. Money is always good. Let's bring you around like that. I loved when I was driving the combine one summer that I got to do it. I know I talk about that a bit, but I mean I've always liked it. I really liked driving the combine at night. That was my favourite. And but I've always liked operating machinery at night, like anything, driving tractors, combines. I even like driving a car at night. Just something very unique about operating anything at night, but like especially like a combine or tractor or something like that, because you've got the I mean, this is quite an old one, so it doesn't have the console quite the same, but these days you've got consoles around you and they're lit up, but they're usually sort of red, very low light when you've got your external lights on, so that you don't have glare on the screen. But there's something quite amazing and unique about the sensation of operating these machines at night. You know, there's other people out there in little islands of quiet light themselves as they sort of go on with their work and help you do your work, but you're very much more on your own in the middle of the night when you're doing it. And even though the other people are there, it's like each person has just got this sort of little pool of peaceful solitude, and I really like it, and I always have done. It's quite amazing. And during the day, like, you see everything that's going on and everyone's all part of the big team and so on, but at night it feels a bit different, and you're still working as part of a team with other people. I mean, if you're on your own in a middle of a field working, then obviously that's different again. Some of the places I've worked, like you go out into a big field and you're on your own, and you literally, it doesn't matter which direction you look, you cannot see anybody else at all. You're in the middle, you're in these big fields and there's no one else anywhere near, and you might as well be the only person on the planet as you're just working away doing your little job there in the corner of the world, but you can't see anyone else. There's no indication that anyone else exists, and it's just so remarkably peaceful, and it's amazing. It's such a unique sensation because you don't feel like you're on your own, but you also feel like you're on your own. And some people don't like the solitude. The solitude really gets to some people, but others, it's really, and there's something about operating machines at night that I've always loved, and I probably always will. There's something about that. Once the lights go on, I always like that. If I knew that I was going to be working some long hours, my favourite part was turning on the lights. Once you turned the lights on, it started, the rest of the world started to fade away, and it just sort of, your world basically just shrinks down to what you can see in range of the lights. Now, it doesn't happen straight away, like at the moment we can still see further away, but it's like the rest of the world is fading. So they're just fading out of existence, and so slowly you move, as the light fades, you literally just slowly moving in like this, and this becomes your world right here, just this core. There's nothing else to worry about. There's no external factors. I think this is probably the best way to explain it, is there's no external factors, there's nothing else going on. This is your world now. You haven't got bills to pay, you haven't got things to take care of, you haven't got other responsibilities anywhere else. All you have is this right here. This is the reason for your existence. This is why you exist. This is the sole reason for your existence right here, is doing this. There is nothing else. Everything else has vanished. Everything else has disappeared. Now, this may seem horribly depressing to some people, but to me, it's always been quite a unique sensation. Like, it's suddenly all your responsibilities and concerns and commitments to the rest of the world have just disappeared. And now all you have is this. This is it. This is your existence. Just the grain flowing endlessly, machine moving tirelessly, and no other concerns anymore, other than the fact you're about to run out of fuel. You know, there's that tiny niggling concern going on, but we're ignoring, we're glossing over that part, and we're hoping that the rest of the romanticized little picture that I'm trying to paint here is actually enough. But that's just how I feel. Like that's how I've always felt. Like if I'm driving late at night, and I really like that. Not driving in the early evening, because generally that involves thousands of other cars on the road all blinding you with their headlights, and I hate that. I really do. I detest it. It's awful, horrible, and I don't like it. But when you're driving anywhere past midnight, there's a lot less other people on the road. And then you're your own island of solitude once again. Nothing else exists. Nothing else matters. Okay, I was staying here in case I had to buy fuel. Because I can't be bothered to drive the combine all the way back over to the farm, get fuel, and then go back again. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave the combine going and hoping that it doesn't... We're just going to hope that it doesn't run out of fuel before we finish. Should be alright. We haven't got much left. But yeah, it's the same with the car. Like when you're driving if you're driving after midnight in the dark, I've always loved that. That's fantastic because again, it's just you in this little island. You put music on, put the radio on. Generally, I like to have music that's not the radio. And look, see, I seen another traveller in the dark. There was one over there. The light swept across me. There's another traveller in the dark came through, but I just ignore him. He lives on his own little island, and I live on my little island, and that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Just the islands of existence that we both have. And this is something that I really liked, and I still do. Like you're driving along, you're in your car. There's nothing else that you need to worry about, and your only purpose is getting to wherever it is that you're going. All of your other cares and responsibilities have vanished in that moment, and that is the only thing. Just you and that car and that piece of road that you can see in front of you is the only thing that exists. Everything else is unimportant. It doesn't matter anymore. It's gone. It's ceased to exist until you reach your destination. And I know that's a weird way of looking at things. I know it is. I'm not gonna dispute the fact that is a slightly odd way, a slightly peculiar and odd outlook on things. But it's how I like to look at it, and I always have done. So we've got the last little bit of our island of limited responsibility right here, and that is a really cool picture. Look at that. And there we go. This is it. And now we have finished. And then suddenly, well, we're still going to empty out. We've got to go back. But now you can sort of feel reality catching up. We have to go and join the world of living again. So there is always that side to it. You have to go back and join the other people once more. But hopefully we'll get there before we run out of fuel, and then we'll jump back over. We'll take that corn and put that into the mill. The sugar beet now in the garden is... How much have we got? Let's have a quick look. Sugar beet in the garden. We got 243 litres, which is more than we had last time. So with the full hour, we get a bit more. We didn't have a full hour last time. So there's going to be another... possibly 1,000 litres of pig food that we'll be able to take, and I'll get all of that before we go to bed, and we will put that in for the pigs, and then they've definitely got enough food. We're not going to need to worry about them anymore after that, and we can just leave them going with their 9 pigs per time. I do need to update the pigs. We need a different pig pen. That's something that we're definitely going to want. But we need money for that. We definitely need a big chunk of cash to be able to do that. So let's bring you up here. I'm going to shut you down. You wouldn't go pressure washing something off in the middle of the night. I would actually close this down. Right, that's done there, and then we can also have a look over this side. So we now have sugar beet 3 distributing there, which means that this one up here has now got sugar beet 255. It hasn't actually done any side. Oh, it's because it's inactive. So we got 255. I now want to activate this one. It's only 24 euros a month, so it's 24 euros per day for this, which is not a great deal. That's really not a great deal at all, is it? So we'll go up here to you, get the corn, and let's have some light. I actually want to just speed this up a little bit. Yeah, I'd like to come through here. You stay back. I have priority. Everybody knows that you must use your size and weight of the vehicle that you're driving. You must use the size and weight of it to force the other road users off the road. That is the only correct and sensible way of doing things. I'm sure that is in the highway code somewhere. Must be. Surely it is. You know, we could actually wait for another hour. I'm going to go round this way. Spin round. Bring this back. Is that... Oh, it's putting out the pallets of pig food there onto the ground. Which we didn't actually want. But I've now got 1,500 litres of pig food in here. And then that's gone through. I'm on 1,900. So I've got a couple of these. So let's bring that there. Now I will slow the time down again. We'll go to 3 times. So we've slowed right down. And what I can do is... bring this one in here. So, pig food, wheat, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, pig food. Right, so it will take pig food here, but it won't actually spawn out... you can't draw off flour from here. Now, unfortunately, what it does do is it does put 3 pallets of pig food down over the other side, which we don't really want it to do. It's not a terrible thing, because we can just pull up alongside them and we can do this. So we can just say, oh, well, what we're actually doing is we're just wait, what? Why aren't you shoveling them in manually? Well, that's no good. I'm going to have to come up and get the pallets with the other trailer. I really am. Like, it's not letting me just press R and load them up, which I thought it might. Okay, well, if it's not going to do that, I'll take these 3,000 litres of pig food down. And I'm actually going to need to close those gates a second. So let's go and do that. Close the gates. There. Those 3 pallets, we'll leave them where they are. And then the rest of the who's we call it? The rest of the pig food we can draw off like this. And we can go and get the pallets with the other trailer some other time. Because there's only room for 3 pallets to spawn up there. So it's not like we're going to be... I don't want to be going up and down for 3 pallets all the time. I thought maybe we'd be able to just load them straight into the trailer. But apparently that is not an option, unfortunately. Up over here and in round here. We'll do that one in the morning. Round this way. And piggy food. What have we got? Right, you're on material missing. Pig food is on 0 down here. 4 per cycles, 1,500 cycles. So we use 1,500 water per month, which means that we should actually get a fair bit of sugar beet here. We'll be able to fill the mill up with corn up with pig food up here, and it stores only 6,000 litres of pig food, which is not very much at all, despite the fact that we do spawn a bit up there as well. So it'll fill this up, which is useful, but we'll only spawn 6,000 litres, so we will have to run up and down a few times in order to get that, and then after that, the sugar beet that we're producing, we'll be able to take it and we'll sell it. Let's tip you in here a second, and we want to have a look at the pigs. So we're on 900 litres right there. There we go. That's better. Look at that. 2,500 in here. 4,000. That's much more like it. That's going to keep us in food for a little while. Let's turn off that beacon. And I'll drive you back up to the yard. Actually, how much have we got in the chickens? How are the chickens doing? I know we bought all that extra. We're going 14,000 litres at the moment. So we'll be needing to get more food for the chickens before too long. I can't remember how much they use. Well, there's an easy way to find out. I'll take this up to the yard. Drive this one up here a minute. I really hope we get a good result on the dice overnight. No, I don't fix them. I know that I have been accused of doing that in the past. But no, I really don't. I don't fix them at all. And right, what are we on? 14149. Let's go and skip the night. Well, I'm now on minus 58 because we had property maintenance and so on and so forth. So we are now on negative equity, which means... Oh! 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 Do you know why it does that? I think it does this because it's winter. So we've got the frame put up for the winter, and then in the summer we don't have that. That is really cool. How awesome is that? It actually puts a frame up for... That is awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is amazing. Okay, that is well cool. That is awesome. We're now on 13,000. So we had just over 1,000. So what? We're on about 2,000 food per day? Ish? Something like that. And yeah, you see I got 18. They're all the same age, which is a little bit of a nuisance because I don't want too many the same age on here. That's a little bit of a jolly nuisance, but there's not a lot that we can do about that. And also, I corrected the size of the poultry pen because that had actually been reduced, which is why we weren't getting the extra one. It was reduced down to the 250. I've now put it back to the 400 that it should have been, so everything should be tickety-boo. Next up, I wanted to go to here. Now we're out of space. So we've got the pig food is all spawned. Sugar beet, we got 2,750 has now been cycled up to here, and then we've got the canola and the barley, which are slowly feeding through. Then down here, the sugar beet at the moment will still be cycling out of here and going up into the other one. We'll be able to get double the amount from here if we were to get the manure and the seeds coming in, which would be awesome if we could, but we can't just yet. But yeah, and then this one here. So that will fill that one up with 27,000 litres of sugar beet if we want it to. I would say that maybe we don't. Maybe we could leave that. Now, I'm also curious. So we got tomatoes there. One water, we get 1,500 litres of tomato. Lettuce, you get 760. Strawberries, you get 3,000. Potatoes, lots. I think that this is reasonably well balanced, so that no matter what you pick on here, you end up getting roughly the same amount. Now, I'd have to spend quite a while running through numbers in order to get this exactly, but at the moment I'm thinking we can just leave it running on sugar beet. Now, I'm tempted to actually change it over in a bit. Right, we've got the corn pig food going at the moment. So if I was to let that get up to, say, 5,000 litres-ish, that's good. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.